Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. It's great to have you with us as we get into latest tech insights.
Absolutely. Ready to break things down.
Okay, let's unpack this. The source today is the Tech Control Alt-Read newsletter from August 18th, 2025. That's edition #19.
Got it.
And the headline story, well, it's a real eye-opener. The AI search startup Perplexity, they've put in a staggering $34.5 billion bid for Google's Chrome browser.
Wow. $34.5 billion. That's audacious is the word.
Right. It's a huge number, and you immediately wonder, what's the strategy? What's really driving this?
And that's our mission for this depth dive, isn't it? To look past that, massive figure.
Exactly.
Why is this bid more than just a big headline? It really signals some fundamental shifts happening in tech.
Like what specifically?
Well, things around user engagement, the whole battle for data, and definitely the push for AI-powered search. It feels like this Perplexity story connects a lot of dots: VC trends, acquisitions, AI, cloud, all of it.
Totally agree. It's like a linchpin story. So let's dive right into it. Perplexity's strategic browser hunt.
Okay.
The $34.5 billion bid for Chrome obviously grabbed the headlines, the scale, the sheer nerve of it.
Hard to ignore.
But what's maybe more interesting is that this isn't their first attempt to get into the browser game. The newsletter mentioned they actually looked into acquiring Brave before this.
Right. That detail changes things. It suggests this is part of a longer-term plan.
Yeah, it points to this long-held view Perplexity seems to have. That browsers aren't just, ways to get stuff out there.
No, they're more fundamental.
They see them as, and I'm quoting here, essential control points for user engagement, data, and AI-powered search adoption. Control points.
Precisely. And what's fascinating here is how they're approaching it. It's quite shrewd.
How so?
Well, they're showing pragmatism alongside the ambition. They've apparently promised to keep Chromium open source.
Okay, that's significant.
And even to keep Google as the default search engine, at least initially, if the deal happens.
That's a smart play for the regulators, isn't it? Tries to head off the immediate antitrust alarms.
Exactly. It's a calculated move. But it also positions Perplexity as a really serious contender. Not just another AI search tool, but potentially a core part of the future AI ecosystem.
So owning the browser is owning the interface.
Owning the main doorway to the internet for millions, maybe billions of people, in an AI-first world, that's incredibly powerful.
That really frames it well. Okay, building on that, let's widen the lens a bit and look at other key trends highlighted in the newsletter, starting with startups, VCs, and funding.
Right, the money side.
We're actually seeing some positive signs. Investor confidence seems, well, maybe not booming, but definitely present despite the tough climate.
Nice.
VC firm Hatteras securing $200 million for 2 new funds.
Yeah, and that's not an isolated case. It seems like capital is finding strategic spots. You mentioned Portal Innovations too, right? Raising $100 million.
That's right, specifically for life sciences startups.
Which is interesting. It's not just pure tech, but deep science, biotech. Areas with maybe longer horizons, but huge potential. Artha India Ventures also raised a significant round, about 452 crore, to accelerate their portfolio.
And speaking of strategic, there's that potential European fund, Deutsche Telekom and Porsche SE, talking about a $500 million fund for Europe's defense tech.
That's a big signal. It shows investment moving towards national security priorities and tech sovereignty. It's not just about commercial apps anymore.
Yeah, definitely geopolitical angle there. And globally, K-beauty startups are attracting investors, with Bino hitting unicorn status.
That highlights how specific consumer sectors can still see explosive growth and attract international money.
Okay, let's shift from funding to acquisitions, IPOs, and corporate strategy. Lots happening here, too.
Always a busy area.
Motorola Solutions buying Sylvan Technologies for $4.4 billion. That seems focused on secure communications for defense and public safety.
Very strategic. Bolstering capabilities in critical sectors.
Yeah.
And Advent International is taking Sapiens International private for $2.5 billion, all cash. That's a hefty price tag.
And on the IPO front.
Big news, with SoftBank-backed PayPay filing for a U.S. IPO. They're aiming for over $10 billion valuation.
Wow. Shows continued confidence in major digital payment players, especially with that kind of backing.
Definitely. Scale matters in payments.
And it's not just deals. 𝐿_MyTrip's founder is talking about building an integrated consumer services ecosystem, extending way beyond just travel.
That's a trend we keep seeing, right? Companies trying to become these all-in-one platforms, keep users sticky.
And Cisco CEO had an interesting take, highlighting AI as a tool for productivity and innovation, pushing back against the job killer narrative.
That's an important message from a major tech leader, framing AI as augmentation, not just replacement.
Now, let's get specific on tech, focusing on AI first. There's been quite a bit of buzz.
Always is with AI.
Former Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal is back. He's launched a new AI startup called Parallel Web Systems.
That's interesting. High-profile founders jumping back into the fray, especially in AI, shows where they see the big potential, right? It draws attention and probably capital.
For sure. We're also seeing governments adopt AI more seriously. The UK is launching trials of AI personal agents for public services, aiming for a 2027 rollout.
That's a big step. Moving from pilots to actual implementation plans. It's about efficiency, but, there are always questions about privacy and accuracy with public sector AI. Needs careful handling.
Definitely. And in generative AI, xAI, Elon Musk's company, launched Grok Imagine. It generates images and videos.
Yeah, the video generation piece is a significant step up from just static images. It could really change content creation.
Like more accessible.
Potentially, yeah. But it also brings up more complex issues around deepfakes, IP, all that stuff. We also saw researchers developing Unite, a universal AI detector for deepfakes, which is crucial.
We need those tools. And eBay's rolling out new AI tools for sellers too. Inventory mapping, AI messaging.
Practical applications, helping sellers be more efficient. AI isn't just the flashy stuff, it's becoming embedded in business tools.
Okay, broadening out to tech in general and apps. There's a notable shutdown.
Oh.
Amazon is closing its Android App Store for non-Amazon devices. August 20th. That's the end of a 14-year run, and they're stopping Amazon coins too.
Wow, that is significant. It really shows how tough that App Store market is, dominated by Google and Apple. Even Amazon decided it wasn't worth the fight in that specific arena.
Interesting strategic retreat. On the device front, Apple's restoring blood oxygen monitoring on the Apple Watch.
After that legal battle. Good news for users who value that feature. And Google's pushing out the August Pixel update, usual bug fixes, performance tweaks for Android 16.
And for hardware displays, Samsung unveiled the world's first micro RGB TV. It's massive, 115 inches. Uses precise RGB LEDs and AI optimization.
Micro RGB is pretty amazing tech. Incredible colors, brightness, contrast. That AI optimization is key too, constantly tweaking the picture. It's pushing the boundaries of home viewing.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, Insta360 launched the anti-gravity A1 drone. First 8K 360-degree drone, immersive FPV, and it's under 250 grams.
That's impressive specs, especially keeping it under that weight limit, which avoids a lot of regulations in many places. 8K 360 is serious quality for immersive content.
Now, underpinning a lot of this is the cloud. Massive investments happening there.
Absolutely foundational.
Google's putting $9 billion into Oklahoma, expanding AI and cloud data centers, workforce programs.
$9 billion. That scale shows you the compute power needed, especially for AI. These aren't small bets. They're huge infrastructure commitments. And Oracle's doing similar, investing $3 billion across Germany and the Netherlands.
It's a global build-out, and partnerships are key too. Google Cloud and Oracle are teaming up.
Yeah, the multi-cloud partnership, linking Oracle databases with Google's AI tools, that's huge for enterprises.
Let's use best of breed without ripping everything out.
Exactly. Breaks down silos, very pragmatic.
And speaking of AI compute needs, OpenAI extended its partnership with CoreWeave, a new $4 billion cloud deal through 2029.
$4 billion. Just shows the insatiable demand for specialized AI cloud infrastructure. Companies like CoreWeave are crucial enablers for the likes of OpenAI.
And a pricing shift. Microsoft is getting rid of volume discounts for Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Azure starting November 2025, standardizing SaaS pricing.
That will impact enterprise budgets, move towards more predictable, less negotiated pricing perhaps. Interesting strategy.
Let's talk security. Always critical. Accenture is buying Australian cybersecurity firm CyberCX for $650 million.
Big move to boost their Asia-Pacific presence. Cybersecurity is a global game, and regional expertise is valuable. Consolidation continues.
And on the vulnerability front, Google paid out a $250,000 bug bounty.
Wow, $250,000 must have been serious.
It was a critical Chrome RCE remote code execution vulnerability. Allows remote attacks.
Yikes. Yeah, browser security is paramount. That bounty shows how seriously they take finding those flaws before the bad guys do.
Definitely. CISA, the U.S. cybersecurity agency, also put out a new guide for OT operational technology security.
Oh, that's important. Protecting critical infrastructure, right? Power grids, water systems.
Exactly. Helping those sectors get better visibility and protection for those industrial control systems.
Which are increasingly connected and vulnerable. Good initiative. And Microsoft's regular Patch Tuesday update for August fixed over 100 vulnerabilities.
The constant patching cycle. Plus, there's a new Gmail phishing campaign making the rounds trying to steal credentials.
The threats never stop. Vigilance is key.
Okay, moving to hardware, semiconductors, the chip industry. Intel stock got a boost from talk of potential U.S. government investment.
Yeah, in that huge $28 billion Ohio chip plant, it ties into that whole push for domestic chip manufacturing, securing supply chains. National security meets economic policy.
Very much so. And AMD's launching a new high-end CPU, the Ryzen 9000X 3D, 16 cores.
The X3D means lots of cache, right, for gaming.
Exactly. A massive 192 MB of L3 cache, 200 WTDP, aimed squarely at boosting gaming performance.
AMD keeps pushing Intel hard in that high-performance space. That much cache makes a real difference in games.
And India is making strides too. Set to launch made-in-India semiconductor chips by year-end, with $550 million approved to boost domestic manufacturing.
Another example of nations prioritizing chip self-reliance. It's a global race now.
There's also research news. A new quantum material from Sweden and Finland to boost qubit stability.
Quantum computing advances are always fascinating. Stability is one of the biggest hurdles, and Broadcom's shipping its next-gen AI chip for data centers. Better scalability, performance.
The whole ecosystem is advancing. All right, nearly there. Let's hit fintech quickly.
Okay.
Regulatory news first. The U.S. Federal Reserve is ending its special oversight program for crypto and fintech banks.
Folding it into the standard framework. That sounds like normalization, treating them less like special cases.
Seems like it. A sign of maturation, maybe. On the consumer side, Chase is revamping its ultimate rewards for 2025. New travel perks, points boosts.
Doubling down on that lifestyle integration. Competing on perks, not just rates. Trying to capture more consumer spending, especially travel.
Makes sense. There's also PowerPay partnering for $300 million to boost financing for home improvement and patient care in the U.S.
Specialized lending, finding niches.
Yeah.
And Taiwan is starting its Bitcoin treasury era, with Topwin International raising $10 hours for a BTC strategy.
Interesting to see sovereign or corporate adoption like that. And U.S. fintech Meridian Link is being acquired by Centerbridge Partners for $2 billion, all cash.
More private equity snapping up established fintech players. Consolidation again.
Okay, for folks wanting to connect in person, conferences and events are happening. Gamescom is Aug 1924 in Germany.
Big gaming event.
AI4 2025 was Aug 11-13 in Vegas, and the ET Sunicorn Summit is August 22nd in Bengaluru, India.
Good places for networking and seeing the latest tech firsthand.
And if you want deeper dives like this one, there's some great podcasts and vodcasts mentioned.
Always good recommendations.
Specifically, tying back to our main story, check out Hard Fork Why Perplexity Bid, $34 5 Bs to buy Chrome, with CEO 𝐂𝐓𝐷𝐿. Features the CEO himself.
Oh, definitely worth a listen for the inside scoop on that Chrome bid. And for the VC and startup angle, things like This Week in Startups or 20 VC with Harry Stebbings are always solid choices.
Great recommendations. All right, before we wrap up, let's do our tech tip of the week.
Let's do it.
This one's practical. Maximizing your laptop battery life.
Ah, yes. Crucial, especially when you're traveling or just away from an outlet. The easiest way is to use power saving mode.
How does that help exactly?
Well, it usually dials back background processes that you might not need running constantly, and it lowers your screen brightness. Those two things are often the biggest battery hogs.
Makes sense. So how do you turn it on?
Pretty simple on both major platforms. On Windows, you usually click the battery icon down in the taskbar, and you'll see an option like Battery Saver or Energy Saver. Just click or slide that on.
Okay. And for Mac users?
On a Mac, you go into System Settings, find the battery section, and then just toggle on Low Power Mode.
Easy enough. Great tip for extending battery life when you really need it.
Definitely handy in a pinch.
So what does this all mean? We've covered a ton today. Perplexity's bold move for Chrome. Huge cloud and AI investments, new hardware, security battles.
A real whirlwind.
It really highlights this fierce competition for control points, user engagement, with AI driving so much of the strategy now.
It really does. And it leaves you wondering, right, what is the future of the browser? With bids like Perplexity's, is AI going to completely reshape how we even access information online?
Turning the browser into an AI interface, essentially?
Maybe. Or is this just the start of a bigger platform war? New players challenging the established giants, maybe leading to even more fragmentation online. It's something to think about how quickly these big strategic moves could actually filter down and change the digital tools you use every single day.
Absolutely. Food for thought. The tech world never stands still. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We really hope you keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning right alongside us. Until next time.